hopefully we're back. Hopefully. Let's close that off. Right, I'm hoping that we are back and that you found me. I can see that there are some people on. I just can't see what we're doing or who it is. Okay, so someone's put a thumbs up. Hi Veronica, hi B. I have no idea what's happening. I have a horrible feeling we're going to have one of those days with Facebook, which is kind of why I prefer YouTube Live, which actually I have some control over. You're back, Shani. Good. Hello, Jan. Hi, Claire. I think is what I'm trying to say. Right. So I was talking about, hi Anne, good, glad you can hear. Lorna is back. So yes, I was talking about, I've placed an order as a customer to see if I can circumvent the backlog, because I have a sneaking suspicion, hi Margaret, that they are pushing new stuff through while they sort out the mess. UPS have made a complete cods of the initial Brexit customs thing. Stamping Up have had confirmation that their paperwork, which they're doing electronically, is correct. It is now down to UPS. So if you've got any problems at all with your delivery, please, 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 could you talk to UPS? It's a long wait, but it is now UPS. Baz is back and shared. Thank you. Hi, Deborah. Right, so I'm going to flip you down. Let's make the most of the live while we've got it. I've even still got my tacky piece of washi tape, so fingers crossed. Oops. Right, need to do a little bit of adjustment. Sorry, I'm going to make you a bit seasick. So we need to go there, we need to go there, down a bit more, and there. Okay. Margaret, I wouldn't hold your breath on that. I've had a number of emails telling me that I can expect my deliveries, and I haven't yet had them. Quite a lot of what they send is automated, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Right, okay, so we're using the Forever and Always bundle and papers, using the True Love DSP, she says, just checking. There are two DSPs in the suite. There's the specialty, which is the foiled, and then there's this wonderful black and white, which is great for if you want a black and white project, but also really good if you want to colour. So I've done these as pairs, so A side, B side. What I love about this is if you don't want floral, you can use the reverse side, which I think is just genius. So lovely florals to colour. And again, and this is the one that we're using today. So I'm using this and this. So those are the papers we're using. And then the bundle that I'm using, because there are two in the suite, it's a mega bundle, is the Forever and Always die stamp set and the Always dies. There is another one, which is this one. So these are the size for the sentiments. So this one's for the long ones and this one's for the two shorter ones. So I'm going to start with the coloured version. So I've got a piece of the DSP, a piece of Rococo Rose, my Rococo Rose blends, and then I'm using a Whisper White card base. I am actually using Whisper White. Obviously we're now transferring over to Basic White, I have quite a lot of Whisper White left, so I will be using it up. It's one of the things I keep fairly good stocks of. So all I'm going to do is select a few of the flowers. I'm not going to colour all of them, just a few. They are really quite easy to colour. So this is my dark. And I say they're easy to colour because you kind of just, you know, a lot of the shading is done for you. So I'm just taking my dark, and I could use the other end, but I find I've got more control with the bullet end. So I'm colouring Morning Wendy. I'm colouring bits. I've done the whole of the centre in dark because I think that would be dark, and then I'm just going to do some little bits of shading, and it's really easy because it tells you where to colour because it's really well patterned. So here, but it is really easy, you know, it's just wham on your ink. The only thing you have to be aware of is that some of the images are overlapping. I will bring this up once I have finished colouring, and yes, I'm using the brush end for this because I find it's easier to get a blend sometimes with the brush end. Now I have over-coloured one bit, but I don't care. So this actually, there's a flower there that isn't part of this rose, but I'm just going to go with the flow. Life is too short, and we are going to cover some stuff up. So now I know in the UK we don't do Valentine's that much. I don't see this as a Valentine's set. I see this as a lots of love set, and I'm just going to colour over the whole thing. So let me bring that up. It's not great because it's not focused at this level, but you can kind of see that there is quite a nice blend there. I am going to pick out another couple of flowers. I might even do the one that's going off the page here, and I'm going to protect my work surface, I'm going to use this mat as a buffer, because that means that I can go right up to the edge and not worry. I'm going to be covering up the cardstock anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm literally just doing scribbles, following the shading that's already on the paper. It's been made really easy. Hi Pam, hi Nora. Oh, Nora, I sent you something in the post yesterday to your new address, just so you know. Hoping it eventually gets through to you. I know you're having problems with your post, but just so you know. So I am still waiting for my product gifts for those who you're watching on your TV, Pam. Wow. I feel almost like a TV star. So I have sent out my thank you packs for those of you who shop with me in December, with the exception of I haven't sent the product because that is one of the orders that is caught in customs. So they will follow. But I did want to get out the other bits of the thank you packs, and that, Nora, is what I have sent to your new address. So as I say, I'm going to do a bit of colouring off the page as well, and I think I might do this one as well. Now I know all of you do not follow my YouTube videos, but I'm going to ask you a question. So I know I asked last week, do you prefer YouTube or Facebook for lives, and most of you kind of liked, actually that might have been on YouTube, most of you said you prefer the YouTube because it's got a better picture, amongst other things. The other thing I want to ask, and it is for those of you who have been watching me on YouTube, I've had a comment that people find, well, someone finds picture-in-picture really horrible and distracting and stuff like that. I would be very interested in your thoughts. Morning, Wendy. Fingers crossed, still waiting for 3rd of Jan order. We all are. For what it is worth, you missed the beginning of this, Nora, and I'm using the bullet end now. Hey, just now I used the brush end. You see, I'm just contradictory. One of my customers has now received their 3rd of January order, Nora. They received it yesterday. As at this morning first thing, I checked the tracking system, and I am tracking all my customers' orders at the moment. At the moment, that is the only one that I have seen anywhere near the UK, just so you know. I suspect that all those kind of very soon after Brexit orders have been caught up in the shambles that Brexit caused UPS. There was a moment, and I think they may still be, there was a moment when UPS were the only logistics company that were exporting from the EU to the UK. So everyone is shifting over to UPS. So it is not even just this side of shambolic. I think it's well past shambolic. But I am keeping an eye on it. If you've got a query and you're concerned, you can phone UPS. They are at the moment the only people that will be able to help you. So yes. Right, so that's all the colouring I'm going to do on that. So let me just bring that up. Maybe soon, yeah, I mean, I would like to think so, Nora. So let me just pick that up. You can just about see that we have got shading, even though this is out of focus at this point. But so, also easier to find on YouTube. You don't have a problem with picture-in-picture as you watch on the main screen. Yeah, I mean, I just, as I say, I've had one comment. Veronica's used to picture-in-picture with other demos, doesn't bother you, it's personal. It's more personal seeing me, thank you. So B, also your watch is similar, and so you're used to it now and don't mind. That is useful to know. I did suspect that it was a personal issue. One of the reasons I do it, I think it is nice to pick up on Veronica's comment. I think from a viewing point of view, and I do watch other demos videos because, you know, every day's a school day. Also, I think it's Rachel Tesserman in the States who does amazing videos. She made a very good comment or point, which was that if you're hard of hearing, it's actually easier to have picture-in-picture because then there is some hope that you might be able to lip read. And that is one reason. That is one reason. Sorry, I was just checking that I was using the right size paper, and I just about am. For some reason my mat is slightly wide, but that's fine. So yes, that's one of the reasons I do that. Right, okay, so I'm going to grab some of the lovely, and this is in the suite, the lovely, this is metallic ribbon, and it's Blushing Bride, and I'm going to use some of that, but I'm going to first grab my die cut. So I've got Always in black, and that's just basic black, and I've also got it in the Rococo Rose foil, because there are foil sheets as part of the suite, and they're in Sahara Sand, Rococo Rose, and Blushing Bride. And I thought I would go with Rococo Rose. You're okay with picture-in-picture. Thank you, Margaret. As I say, I just wanted to check. So what I want is that kind of there, but I'm not convinced that ribbon works, actually. I was going to use it, and I think it's the wrong colour. You'll hate face marks because you can't see people's mouths moving. Absolutely. I mean, I am partially deaf. My left ear got shot many years ago. I'm not registered deaf or anything, but I blew my eardrum dramatically. I might break my own rule and have it as a standalone bow. Bear with me one moment, because I've just got a very cold nose. Right, I'm not a great fan of standalone bows, but I'll see. I might change my mind completely. So, I am changing my mind as far as having the ribbon wrapped around at this stage. So I've got my Always, it's on the adhesive sheet. I love the adhesive sheets because it means that something that is this fine and fiddly, and you do have to be a little bit careful when you take the sheet off, but it means that it's a sticker. I have to say, one of the plus points of having a partially deaf left ear was, not anymore because I'm not singing in any choirs at the moment, but was that if I was standing next to someone who was not terribly on key, if they were on my left side, it didn't really matter too much. And as some of the choirs that I have sung with have been non-auditioned, you can end up with people who are very enthusiastic but perhaps not terribly on key, which can be a little off-putting. So a partially deaf left ear would be quite good. Love to hear the craft of speaking well and clear. It adds to the experience. Thank you, Anne. So that's my Always. And as I say, really easy because I put the sticky sheet on the back. It means that it's simple to work with. So I can have that there. Then I'm going to have my sentiment, which I accept I haven't yet done, there. Or I could move the whole thing up. Oh, I might do that. In which case, I'm going to... I've got that ribbon instead. Bear with me one moment. I have a Rococo Rose ribbon that I can use. Because we've got in the annual catalogue this one, which is similar but not the same. So this is the scalloped. So it's just a better match. So if you look at the back, probably easier. The Blushing Bride is just not quite right. I love that you're having this little chat about Essex, which is great. That's not a criticism. That's the word I'm looking for. Right, so I'm going to grab some white card scrap, and which I thought I had on my desk. No, it's near my desk, not on my desk. Oh, I managed to attach some sticky strip to it. Is it going to be big enough? Yes, it is. Right. Okay, so I'm going to use Forever and as my Hello Rachel as my stamp sentiment. You're lounging in your bath at the moment, Anne. Okay. I like the Rococo Rose ribbon as well, Veronica. Snap, Wendy. I like the fact that it's not actually... I don't think it's Valentine's. I think it is just love, and the flowers are just to die for. Right, so I have, as you will have seen, rubbed this stamp because it's the first time I've used it, just to get any finish off it. And I'm just going to ink it up. And... oh, I think it will actually fit that way. So we're doing Forever and... so that's stamped nice and neatly. And that's actually the only thing I'm using that stamp for, that ink pad for. Scissors. So let me just trim that down, and I'm going to pop that to one side and grab my favourite new toy. My Minnie! My baby! Which lives on my desk and is just so easy to bring out. and use. I am definitely using my dies much more now that I've got this. It's just so much more convenient. And my big one, my Mama Bear, isn't that far away from me. It's just so much heavier. And as I have funny thumb joints, courtesy of falling off my bike a few years back and ripping my thumbs, I don't like picking it up if I can help it, the big one. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Rose. I think it is genius, and I've had in the past, back in the days before I was a demo, another mini die cutter. This is so much wider, so you can get a lot more through. Right, so I've done my stamping. I've got that. I'm going to pop my ribbon here, and then I can have my forever tucked up there. So don't need that for the moment. So what I'm going to do is put this kind of roughly where I want it. Then I am going to turn over, line up on grid lines. So I've lined up here on one of my grid lines. I'm going to grab my Seal Plus. Huge stash waiting to be played with, Anne. Huh. I think I would say always and forever as well, Audrey, but I keep saying always and forever, and that's not what, unfortunately, it says, but I'm with you on that one. And to change it around would be quite a fiddle. That's just, you know, me. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there. So hopefully when I straighten that, it will be straight. That looks remarkably straight to me. And that's because it is. Right, okay, so I've got my card base. I'm just using white. And as I said, this is still Whisper White. I have ordered some basic white so I can do a comparison. But I will still be using up my Whisper White. Just saying. Doesn't look the right colour on the screen. It's not a perfect match to the blends, but it's not that bad. And hey, I'm using it. I think it's actually a really good match to the card. I think what it's not a great match to are the blends and the foil, but to the card it's actually a really good match. But, you know, hey, life happens. Right, so I'm going to put some more Seal Plus. I will be putting some more Seal Plus on my ribbon. I like to sandwich it. So, and then I'm going to grab some. But yes, I don't disagree with you, Audrey. The blends are a slightly pinker, a cleaner pink than the card and the ink. But as I say, I'm going with it. I think it'll work. I'm not, you know, particularly concerned. I think it's one of those, if you find it annoying, it's something not to do. And I think, again, the foil, I think, is a bit pinker, but the foil matches the blends perfectly. Silver surfing crafting is fun when you can relax and just be yourself. Well done, Liz. You demonstrate so well. We will meet one day. Oh, thank you, Anne. Right, so that is my whatnot. This, I mean, I could have put adhesive sheet on the back, but this is actually quite easy to stick down. Would it be possible to stamp the "and forever" twice? Yes, absolutely. All these things are possible, Wendy. I mean, some people do surgery on their stamps. I don't, because when they retire, I either sell them or do bog-offs, as in buy one, get one free. So if you buy new stuff, you get old stuff free, or vice versa. So let's make sure that's stuck down. The colours do always look better in real life. You are right. Now, this I'm actually going to stick up on dimensionals. And I was going to use black because of the paper, but I think actually I'm going to use white on this one. I will be using black on the next card I do, because it's a black, it's a basically black card. Looks good on the big TV. Good! I'm slightly frightened that you're watching me on your big TV. Right. Okay. Oh, and if anyone is here watching from the Netherlands, just to say my heart is with you. I've seen some dreadful news. So that is that. Now what you can do, and I might actually have enough of an offcut. Yes. So I'm just going to chop this in half, which will become evident why in a moment. Got a bit of ick. So I say in half, I'm just going to chop it. The bigger the better. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. I watch most YouTube videos on the big screen. I don't tend to watch Facebook on the big screen because I found that we actually have our TV isn't really a TV. It's a PC that we have set up as a TV as well. It's complicated, and it's my husband who is an IT bod. So it means that if I log into Facebook on the TV, as it were, I then get Facebook alerts every minute of every day, which I find more than a little annoying. So I don't. Scissors. I put them down somewhere and buried them, so I use these ones. Right, so this is very, very, very narrow, so I'm going to just chop that from that end. And then, thank you, Bee. And that end. And then we've got a little bit of something on the inside. That's a Kylie Bertucci special. Right, so that's that card. So let's pop that to one side. And I'm going to bring in my next one, which, oh, there are the scissors I was looking for. I just need a basic black mat. I need to cut that down a wee bit. I'm actually going to just check my dimensions. So I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of seal onto, if it would like to, you know, I'm nearly at the end of the roll, so it's getting a bit tight. I'm just going to pop that down so that I make sure that I am absolutely on the pip. So that should be 3 7/8. Yep, that's right. Oh, ish. And 5 5/8. Yeah. I will be taking it off and trying again. Right, so that's cut down. And I'm just going to take that off, and I find the easiest way is to twist. And in fact, the first thing I'm going to do is stick this down properly, because I'm not colouring. So this is going to be monochrome. Have I got all my corners? Yes, I have. I've already got a bit in the middle. So pop that down. So it's got a... You have trouble using seal. Okay, we'll do a seal class in a minute. It does get tighter as you get further onto the roll, but we will do a seal class in a minute. So that's that. I've got, again, my Always pre-done. I've also die cut it actually in silver foil rather than the Sahara sand, and that's because I want to stamp and heat emboss the Forever And. So let's just get rid of those bits. So I'm just going to attach this again, and again I've used the sticky sheet. So I have a sticker, and a sticker is a lot easier to use than trying to stick this down with bits of glue. Now for this I tend to line up the top of the A and the L first, then everything else seems to more or less fall in place, and you get that little bit of being able to manipulate it a bit. So that wants to go over a wee bit, and then come over here and sort out this end before getting the middle stuck down too much, she says. Famous last words. But if you get your two ends more or less right, the middle will kind of look after itself. So let me show you what I mean. So this middle hasn't stuck down yet, but I've stuck down the two ends, and then all I need to do with this is kind of push it and it will stick down, and I'm going to rub it from the back just to make sure that it's okay, preferably without tearing it. So that's going to go, again, we're going to probably, actually I might go over there this time, and I've got scraps, and I mean scraps of the basic black. So this is what I cut the black dye out with. So it's the scraps from that, and because I've still got it, I'm going to use it, my embossing buddy. You can use corn flour in a piece of muslin, that works quite well as well, but it is a good idea to have something so that you don't get sticky fingerprints. Just got to clean off my stamp. And just wipe it dry. So this is Versamark, and I have re-inked my Versamark recently. I do find that I do quite a lot of heat embossing, so do remember to re-ink it every now and again. It's quite gloopy, and I do store my Versamark upside down so that the ink is on the top. Stamping up ink pads, when you store them in inverted commas the right way up, are actually upside down. So I kind of follow suit. And you can, I don't know if you can, but I can actually see I didn't put embossing buddy right to the edge, and I've got a kind of silver cast. Just pop the lid on that, grab my trusty cheese board and my heat gun. I'm just going to heat that up under the desk. It's always best to heat your heat tool before you use it. What's not best is to point it towards a piece of tissue paper, which is what I'm just doing, and it's flying around. Oh, and it's lovely for warming up your hands. Right. Okay, so that is my heat embossing done. Pop that away. Grab my favourite toy. Now you can obviously just cut this to size. The bamboo boards are amazing. They protect your work surface. They help reflect the heat back into your onto your embossing. They work really well. Really like my board. And before anybody asks, the local garden centre. Right, so line that up, pop my plate on top and wind. Now you can use washi tape if you want to make sure you've got everything lined up. Personally, I just hope for the best, unless it's something really intricate, but that has die cut nicely. Get that out of the way, pop that out of the way, don't need those. Right, so I'm going to pop this up here. This time I'm going to just grab, you got yours from Amazon. Yeah, I mean, they are all over the place. I have been pointing people to Amazon if they want one, because I know they do them, but I did get mine at the local garden centre. So I've cut some of the sparkly black ribbon. So this is going to be absolutely mono. And I'm just going to pop it so that it's actually in the middle of a pattern. And then of course the challenge is going to be for it to stay in the middle of a pattern while I glue it down. Okay, right, so again, Seal Plus. One end down. Okay, so I need that to be on that line, which it is. And again, doesn't always want to attach itself to ribbon. It sort of has this time. Yep. And card base. So again, actually I'm going to use seal purely so that we can do a little bit of seal lesson. So this is actually very stiff at the moment because it is very near the end of the reel, but what you want to do, and I know some people find it annoying, you want to make sure that you've got adhesive at the end of your roller, and then, which I haven't, and then start roll. You see, this is because I'm trying to do this as a tutorial. It's now not working. So roll, come on, roll, and then come up and pull, roll, come up. And basically when you do that, you break the thread of the adhesive, but it is always easier to start where you've got adhesive already. This really is right at the end of the reel. It does get a lot stiffer as you go into the reel, so just be aware of that. And then I'm going to put a bit across the middle. What you don't want to do is the fast fuse flick to the side, because the certainly at the beginning of the roll the tape on the seal is much looser and it could come off the little applicator tip. So let's, oh actually no, I'm going to do both bits on dimensionals, and I'm going to use black dimensionals because we're working black on black. So for this I'm going to just snip a bit of the edge because it's just the right size. Might need just that little bit at the end there. There we go, so that's for that. And then for this we can do a mix of large and small. The large do fit quite nicely on most of it, but there are some areas where you're either going to want to cut down or use the mini dimensionals, and as I have mini dimensionals I'm going to use them. Could actually go a little bit further up. There we go. And there. then I'm going to just cut from the edge here using my sticky scissors, because these are ones that I use for glue. I'm going to cut a strip of edge. Good, I'm glad it helped. Your bathwater's getting cold. Lunchtime, fair enough, Anne. Don't want to be sitting in a cold bath. I can't actually remember the last time I had a bath, but I do remember you don't want to be in a cold one. I hasten to add that's because we use a shower, not because I don't bathe. We do have a bath in the house, it's just it's upstairs in a room that isn't heated. So the shower it is. So just those two little bits, and we can start sticking things down. So and of course, if you're getting black dimensionals, you will get both the mini and the large because they come in separate packs. In combo packs. So I would certainly say do remember to use. Bye Pam, sleep well. Do remember to use your mini dimensionals, your mini black dimensionals. So we'll pop that down there. And then this we will pop down there. And I want to just add a little bit of something extra, and I can't decide between my absolute favourites of the moment, or let me move my coffee out of the way, or Rhinestones. So, decisions. Do I just go for... I think I'm going to go for Rhinestones because they've got more of that silver sparkle to them. Obviously, I'm using up some old bits. So, bubble bath every day. Oh, I wish. There are moments. There are moments. So, let's see, where shall I pop them? I might have one snuggled in there. And then we'll have a large one up here. I might do quite a few actually, just to lift it a little. I'm keep avoiding that one because I've actually coloured that with Calypso Coral. Haha, absolutely. A very smart tux. Right, so my last very small one. Whoops. And medium. Oops, I've ripped off some of the putty. Not a good idea. And then I think we'll just have something up the top here. Just no, I think we'll go there. So I've got my three, because I do like my odd numbers. So I've got a cluster here, the one there, and then a cluster there. And they do kind of sparkle a bit. So the same basic supplies and two very, very different looking cards. It's one of the things that I particularly like about this paper is that you can get a very, very different look. So don't think that this paper is only floral. It's got stripes, it's got everything. So just to remind you, these are the ones we've just used. Then we've got this. Is there a knack for using the putty? And yours never works. Practice. Stripes. Polka dots. Kind of trellisy and diagonal stripes. So can be masculine or feminine. So without actually being terribly flippant. I think, well, what I do is not have too much putty out, and then you can actually use the the top of your putty thing helps you push. Some embellishments are easier to get up than others. So if it's a flat embellishment, let me grab what I mean by that. So these, I don't think would be very easy to get up. No, nigh on impossible. But if it's got an edge, it's actually quite easy to push up. But for these sorts of things, I tend to use this end, and I tend to peel the backing off and then go in underneath. If you go in just with a sharp point, you can split the top off the bottom. Not a good look. So yeah, I think it depends on your embellishment. I'm glad you like the cards. Thank you very much. These will post tomorrow on my website as ever, with close-ups and a bit more information. And as I say, just for those of you in the UK, make the most of ordering in now and in February, so that you can take the advantage of Celebration. Particularly, hi Renee, we're about to finish. Particularly while the deliveries are so slow. Thank you, Renee. The video will be replayed very soon, and then it will be over on the on YouTube tomorrow. Thank you, Sean. So yeah, order early so that things arrive by the time you need them. If you're in the UK, I know it's a dreadful message to put out, but there is nothing that Stamping Up can now do about it. It's in the hands of UPS. So if you've got half an hour to spare, oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the strip on the inside of the other one. So yeah, do just, if you've got concerns, do give UPS a call. They are okay if you're reasonably patient with them. They are quite helpful. So yeah. Don't worry, Pam, it will be going live or going on replay on my Facebook page. It normally takes about 10 or 15 minutes to be available for replay. Thank you, Veronica. Thank you, Nora. As I say, I'm just going to pop this last piece on while I remember. So, yes. Just in time to be late. Absolutely, Margaret, but that's fine. As I say, it will be posted for replay on my Facebook page shortly, and then it will be on YouTube tomorrow. So whichever is your preferred medium. But yeah, same card. Literally, apart from the ribbon and the colour of the foil and the ink, these are basically the same card, just very, very different in a look. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic day, night, morning, whichever. In about a minute, the Spot Challenge post will go live on my website, which uses the same suite in a very different way. So you may want to go and have a look at that, and then go over to the Spot Challenge website. If you're watching on YouTube, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And don't forget to subscribe. That would be even better. Thank you very much indeed. And I will see you again very soon. Okay. Bye.